When you're very good at what you do, it's no longer hard work. The more relaxed you are, the more you can perform. That's when you know you're reaching the top of your game.
Would you
So
say you're a bit of a perfectionist?
Well, yeah, because if we wasn't a perfectionist, we're not going to grind out the champions, are we?
I like that about you. You've got all this knowledge and you're giving back, but not everyone's like that.
Well, you got to give back. Listen, I was a horrible person when I was younger. Not horrible in a sense where I had a good reputation in the other part of my life, as much as I've got as I am today. I was always respected in different classes of people because I was always more or less straight to the point, and what you see is on the tin. I wouldn't be having people over and stuff like that. That's not my nature. But still, not a good person. But we learn from being bad. There's a time to turn the corner, isn't there?
Welcome to episode 2, Peter Fury Unfiltered, in partnership with Boxers in Need. No clickbait, just honest conversations. And with Peter Fury, you always get an honest conversation.
Yeah.
I wanted to start with, did you see the fight the weekend with Kakachi? And
I've seen highlights because I've been busy flying around and so yeah, I got back. Time I got back, I just watched some highlights, but it looked good on the highlights.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Jazza started really well for the first 4 rounds, but Kakachi caught up with him. Too strong. He found the angles, didn't he?
Yeah, he was catching him with little shots and that.
It was a good fight though. Good atmosphere.
Isn't one of them a southpaw?
Yeah, Jazza's a southpaw. Yeah.
Always going to be a difficult bit of a chess match, isn't it? Until they figure each other out.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah, I heard you say one time. I was talking to Kes. Like a lot of trainers say, get your front foot on the outside of their southpaw. I have a different theory. I always like to get my fighters, or I like to do it myself, where I put my weight on my back leg and go the other direction.
Oh, let me think about that.
The style.
Because if you put your hand out in front of you, that takes away their jab, done it straight away. So you're looking at their backhand, right? So if you're rotating to the right because you're weighting the back foot, you could just tap away the backhand and come around the back. But everyone's always on about going the other way. I think you said one time, I was listening to you have a conversation, you don't always have to be battling with the feet at the front.
Well, if somebody puts a jab out, so you'd go underneath with your jab, wouldn't you? Jab the body.
Yeah.
The thing is with a southpaw jab, you've got to jab anything. You've got to jab the forearm. You got to open it up. So, you do it with your feet. You rotate the height and the distance.
I tend to with southpaws throw a left hook first, a long left hook, because it's always open. They got the hands here, for long left hook, and then throw the jab, or throw right hand afterwards, left hook, right hand. I always catch them with that.
He's always trying to knock people out, though. That's why he's trying to do that.
Well, listen, if it works, you can get it off. No, that's the way.
But yeah, it was a good atmosphere in Ireland. It looks like they're going to be putting more boxing matches over in Ireland. It's been a while.
Yeah, obviously, he's proven, hasn't he? He's beat some tremendous talent already. And when you look at Jazza Dickens as well, he's a very, very good fighter. So and I'm very pleased for John Joe Carroll as well.
Yeah.
Pleased he's got his world title. So it was a good night for him. There was another lad on there, wasn't there? He won.
He beat Maxie Hughes, the kid before, yeah.
That's a very good performance as well, because Maxie Hughes is a world level operator, isn't he?
Yeah.
So they've had a hat trick, haven't they, over there?
Yeah.
He took it on short notice.
Maxie took it on short notice and stepped it to light welterweight. I was talking to Maxie about it as well. Maxie was just like too big, too strong.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, no, some good performances. Congratulations to everybody. It's good matchups like this is what we need to see more in boxing.
Yeah.
Talking about Southpaw, so that was Jazza Dixon of Southpaw. And then we're going to talk to you about the fight next week. You got Moses Atamo, another Southpaw against Franklin.
That's going to be a good fight.
I think Moses Atamo will come through that, because I just think Franklin, he's a little bit one-paced, isn't he? I think Moses has got a lot of variety in his closet. You know, he can go from 0 to 60 in a split second, and he can come with all different combinations up and down. With he being a hurtful puncher as well. You know, if the other fella's defense is not all that, the second phase attacks he's going to take him out with.
Do you think Franklin's got his experience to keep him off for a bit, to prolong the fight, drag him out into later rounds and see what he's got? You think he can do that?
Do you think he can be the first man to take him the distance, basically?
Yeah.
It just depends how he's going to keep him off. Look, it's possible, because, you know, Moses is not that experienced, is he? So you got to look at that. You know, how can he keep him off? But it's not going to be an easy task.
No.
Anything's possible, and styles make fights. But so far, there's nothing to show me that Jermaine Franklin is going to pose a big problem for him.
No. I was quite surprised how easy Moses got rid of Dylan White, actually. I know Dylan White's getting on, but he got rid of him real quick, didn't
he? Yeah, because again, he's not giving the opponent enough time to settle.
Yeah.
On him straight away, isn't
he? Yeah.
He's on you and he moves. He's got good angles as well. Yeah. Listen, he's a terrific young fighter. You know, as time goes on, we'll really see just how good he is.
Yeah.
But I believe you've got another terrific fighter in your camp that might put a stop to Moses' future. You know what I'm on about.
Yeah. No, you don't know what you're on about, John. It's right. We don't know, do we?
You're talking about Matty Harris.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah. Matty Harris.
Yeah.
Matty Harris, he's coming on, but he's still got a way to go. I would say about Matty Harris, he's a developing young heavyweight.
Yeah.
And he's not fulfilled his potential, his true potential yet. But he's getting there bit by bit. But when he does reach his true potential, this guy's gonna be a hell of a force.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, you know. Some heavyweights they mature quick, some mature they take time, and it's not just having the ability; it's having that mental strength, it's having that mental ability as well. So he's still developing, Matt. He's still a very young heavyweight.
Yeah, but it's coming along now since he's been with you, since he moved on with you.
Yeah, he's coming along, and this is not a rush process. This is why I say I'm not taking any more fighters, because I'll be 110 at this rate.
Yeah.
Because it takes years. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes years to get the fighters to mentally realize what the capabilities are.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, because there's some guys what are physically strong, but let's say personality-wise, how they deal with pressure, how they deal with the circumstances, the crowd and everything else outside of the ring, they're not developed in that area. Does that make sense? And vice versa.
Listen, you know, it's a combat sport, and you know, when all the pieces of the jigsaw click together, you know, there's a true saying: when you're very good at what you do, it's no longer hard work. It's the more easier it is. It's like just saying on a world level, the more relaxed you are, the more you can perform. How the task gets, can you relax and make that easy? That's when you know you're reaching the top of your game.
Are they all getting used to you in the gym, like, you know, with your cool, calm, collective mentality? You're not into drilling them, getting into hard work and stuff like that. You're just cool, calm, collective. And just like, if you get knocked down, you'd say, do you want to stay down there? Or want to step back up?
You know the funny thing?
Come on, tell us that, Joe.
Come on, Peter.
I am not. I'm going to tell you, I am not cool, calm, and collected in the gym. Because when they're doing stuff and you see them doing absolute bullshit stuff.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, hang on a minute, that's not what I've asked you to do. It's like, where they do totally the opposite. And, it'll be something even outside of boxing where they've not eaten any food that day or something bizarrely stupid.
Yeah.
And, it's like stuff that we take for granted is like they forgot to eat or, so the response is, can you drive to the effing gym with no fuel in it?
No, you can't do it.
That's what I mean, Peter. The way you speak to him, you don't shout and bawl. No, you just what hits them.
No, what he's trying to say. No, you're not listening. No, you're not listening. You're not listening. What he's saying is, we get the calm, Peter.
No.
But he's saying in the gym, if they're doing it wrong, he's not afraid to tell them.
Yeah, you're not afraid to tell them, but it's a way you put it over to him. You know
Listen, everything goes on. You're an absolute idiot.
Right.
You're effing useless. Yeah, that there is pathetic. Give me another round like that and you're out. I can't waste my time looking at that bullshit. Yeah, so all this goes on, right? But the thing is, once the sparring's over, once they've done what they've done, it's like there's no animosity. It's not having a dig at them. It's not calling them names, so to speak. It's telling them, when you come in this ring, be prepared, be ready. Because unless the brain's in gear, how's the hands and the feet and your boxing going to be in gear? Yeah. So for me, the things that wind me up, I suppose, what can get me agitated is like stupidity things where it just shouldn't be happening. Like turning into the gym or being half hour late, keeping everybody waiting. Not have your gloves are wet. Not looking after your gym stuff. It can be a number of things to annoy the shit out of me, basically. And this happens because I'm not here to hold their hand and guide them through every inch of their life going through the day. They've got to be self-responsible, self-ready, self-fueled, self-prepared, ready, professional. Then it's over to me to do my job, isn't it? So if they can't get none of this simplistic stuff right, how am I expecting to see optimal performance in there?
Because you want to add to them constantly, don't you? You want to be adding to them.
Make your job easy.
Exactly. I need an athlete who's ready, focused, and ready for that spar to improve himself. Not somebody that's just turning up because everything else is like flaying around the edges. They're cheating themselves, aren't they? So no, the thing is, I will say what I think, and I'm not really bothered if it offends or not, because let them be offended. Because if they're doing stupid things like that, then they can be offended. I don't care, because they're wrong, aren't they? It's not that I'm wrong. They're wrong in the makeup on the stupid things they're doing. And sometimes, look, things happen. The young lads, still young at 24, 25, they're still all these things. It happens. But they've got to, this is what I mean with young fighters. They've got to grow physically and mentally and understand this job. It's not just about coming in the gym. It's about taking care of the body, the nutrition, getting the maximum rest. This is military. If you want to gain and be a world level fighter, you've got to be a military operator.
That's great.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Pete, if you go back in time, what would you change or improve with yourself to put into the gym to implement something different? You know what I mean? What are you going to add on?
Not to myself.
Yeah, to improve yourself.
Yeah.
He's asking you to self-analyze yourself.
Yeah.
Self-analyze yourself. Sometimes I suppose, I don't know, maybe sometimes I can speak about the same thing over and over again. Because it doesn't seem to be drilling in. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I've got a certain way that I go about training the fighters. And And that's it. I don't know anything else, so I don't know what there is to change.
Would you
I'm
say
always open to
you were
other.
a bit of a perfectionist?
Well, yeah, because if we wasn't a perfectionist,
Mm.
we're not going to grind out the champions, are we?
Yeah.
That's a given.
Mm.
You've got to look. You've got to look for that perfection. You're never going to get perfection when two people's in a ring boxing. It's moving parts, but you're going to get somebody who's thinking about what they're doing. I don't expect to see improvements in the ring in one spar, but I expect to see, even if it's not working for them, they're trying it. As long as I can see them trying it, that means if they're trying it, they understand the concept, and sooner or later they're going to grasp it.
Yeah, yeah.
When I see them doing totally the opposite, and it's almost I'm talking to a brick wall, then obviously they're not grasping anything, are they?
Because I get what you mean. You know, I think our generation, if you was my trainer, I'd appreciate, because my generation is, I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, but we were better at taking constructive criticism. So when Brendan or other trainers would pull me up and shout at me or speak out of turn, if my wife did me, they're like, "Oh wow, you're getting told," I would never see it that way. Like, he's doing out of love. He's trying to pull me up on things, because this is a dangerous game that we're in. Boxing's not. We're not playing here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I
look,
think
I look at myself as an older person. I'm in my senior years, you know, that I look at all these as young lads. I've got sons as old as these. So these to me are all young fellas coming through. So nothing is personal. The fighters I've got around me know that anyway.
Yeah.
We can have an argument and say, oh, fuck this, and I'll say, oh, yeah, you idiot, whatever. But at the end of the day, they know it's only for their interest anyway. So there's no somebody who can't take constructive criticism doesn't belong in the gym, as far as I'm concerned, because they're not learning. Make a mistake, own up to it, and get on with it, because we can see the mistakes, can't we? We can see what they need to be doing to improve. But this is what I mean. It takes years mentally pushing, and that doesn't mean to say pushing where you're getting killed in the gym. I don't believe in fighters getting beat up in sparring. Why do I want to see that? Because there's levels to this game. Yeah, I don't want to see them getting killed in sparring. So that's not what it's about. I'm interested in them progressing, and for them to progress, it's not having hard spars all the time. That's going to knock anybody sick. Enjoy your training, enjoy your skill set. There's a time for hard sparring, there's a time for taking it steady. And if you want to improve the fighter, he needs to have controlled spars. Because how can you learn anything when you're getting punched all up and down the head?
Yeah. You also got a 3 combination, what you always teach, don't you?
What?
Especially
What is it?
I don't know, you tell me.
A 3-punch combination?
You got the specific combination.
Have you got a specific, like, Brendan's, there was on the wall, they had specific combinations they need to drill into the head. Have you got anything like that?
I'm big on footwork and balance. I train footwork for probably in sessions up 2 hours in a session.
You're my type of guy. You're my type of guy.
The footwork, without footwork, listen, you can have 2 leaded feet. You can have the power of a volcano. If you can't punch off movement, you're going to get exposed. A tremendous fighter is somebody who's got hand, eye, feet coordination, and he can punch off movement.
Going forward, going backwards, going lateral, going sideways,
and a quality fighter doesn't load up with his work. If you load up, then you're not flowing, are you?
You see,
you're not balanced.
I'm training this up and coming kid at the minute. I won't mention his name, but he was tired after 2 rounds of doing footwork. I said, I'm 50, and I'm afraid. I do this every day, and I don't even class this as part training. I do 6 rounds of shadow boxing every day, just foot movement, no hands, just moving, just as a warm up. Even if I'm going to lift weights after, because I'm afraid that if I stop moving my legs won't be there. To understand? But a lot of these younger guys can't do 3 rounds of moving the feet. They're all wanting to do all this now. Like, no, get your feet moving. Do you know what I mean?
you know, there's a true saying, you know. So we can do 2 hours work on footwork, and basically, so that's a lot of rounds. That's going to be that must be getting on for 30 rounds of footwork. And the thing is, when you look at it, every couple of rounds, I'll rotate the fighter and let him do something else with his feet. So it just goes to show you just how many drills there are to be done with footwork.
So many. So many.
So there's a lot involved because what may appear to the naked eye that's not worth a carrot, and you know why they're doing that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about getting comfortable. It's getting comfortable in positions to throw your punches and being on balance and timing. So everything comes from the feet, the legs, the body. It's all got to be loose and relaxed.
Can you do it yourself? Are you a good dancer? Can you boogie in the dance floor?
Never danced in my life. Dog shit.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me I've got rhythm?
You're like me, standing corner, nodding your head, don't you?
I think you got rhythm, Peter. Come on, man.
No, I think from doing the boxing from years ago and hitting the bags and stuff, of course you get a reality of what you need to be doing. But listen, it's all, forget anything about me. It's all what I need the fighters to do and what I know works.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So they need to do what works.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point. Listen, fighter that's got agility, you can move, and he can switch up, and he can do different things. You know, look, ultimately, if I've got how many players are on a chessboard? Yeah. So if you've got one, and I've got 12, yeah, I'm going to win, aren't I?
The chances of you winning are a lot higher, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, unless I walk into a stupid move. But at the end of the day, it's all about gears, isn't it? It's all about how many irons have you got in your fire? How many gears have you got? You know, you've heard that saying, ain't you? One trick pony. You know, with it's like driving the car down the road in first gear. It's going to rev its nuts off, isn't it?
Yeah.
At 10 miles an hour.
True.
I use an analogy. Imagine the lottery was 2 numbers. Well, you'd win it every week. 1, 2, 2, 1. And then you got to 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. You'd still win it.
You can have, I've always got a saying, you can have the toughest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
You can have the hardest puncher on the planet. It's still not enough to be a world champion with them 2 big ingredients.
You still have
you need more variety. You need lots more variety.
You've got to have variety, and you've got to have a little bit of everything. You need all of them gears. Because 2 gears is not enough. At standard level, it will be. But when you reach world level, you're talking about intelligence.
Yeah. IQ level.
At the IQ level, intelligence, reading the fight, knowing how to get through them 12 rounds. You know, look, somebody with a brick between his 2 ears, that's not the man, is it?
No.
You know, the old man, I always revert back to what he said, because he was around boxing all of his life as well. And he said to me, son, if you see a fellow with his nose all over his face and his ears like 2 cauliflowers, he said, like 2 Brussels sprouts, he said, he's no good. He said, that means, he said, you can hit him at will. He said, when you look at the real world champions, he said, they're smart. You put a set of clothes on them, he said, don't even look like boxers. Because this game is about skill, being smart, riding with the punches, not taking them full on with your face. That's the skill set.
I might be wrong with what I say here. You might have a different opinion, but this is why I can't, at the minute, Johnny Nelson's on me saying, no, you need to come and get involved. I can't get into the bare knuckle, because the bare knuckle for me, I can't see the skill level the same as boxing, because it's just 2 guys
throwing shots,
getting in close and fighting quick. Whereas I like the movement and getting out of the way, but it's a different sport.
Yes, totally. But street fighting there, bare knuckle boxing rather, it's different. Of course it is. When a man start flying and you're getting in, it's a different ball game. You know, you're being hit with the knuckles are slicing the skin up, aren't they? You know,
Very quickly,
it's a different sport. But look, that's a different sport, and boxing is a different sport. But I would say professional boxers is going to help that bare knuckle sport tremendously.
Yeah.
Because it is. You know what I mean? Because they know how to punch, don't they, and everything else. But they've got a major advantage there. But sometimes with that, it's not. Being rough, tough, and strong, and knowing how to punch is enough in that bare knuckle job.
Yeah. Wow, that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. Listen, I want to ask you one last thing. I know that you like to talk about general affairs like myself. How long do you think this war is going to go on for in Iran?
You know, I have no idea. Would I like it to stop yesterday? Yeah. Would I like to see peace in the world? Yes. I repeat what my words are. Jesus Christ does not bless people to go to war and murder innocent people.
Amen.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah.
So all that we hear on the TV, all the smoke and mirrors bullshit, all these billionaires that support these politicians are buying the way through, and that's what it is. This is not about religion. This is not about anything. This is about power and money and collecting more goods. So that's not mix up the blessed Lord in any of this carry on. And we don't know really what's going on because you can't believe a word they say, can you?
Yeah, let me ask you a question and advice. All right.
I'll tell you what I was going to say. Politicians has become like AI. You don't know if it's real or bollocks.
Yeah.
Therefore, don't listen. There's no point listening, is there?
Yeah, well, this is the question and advice I'm asking for you, right? For me, the media forces you to choose a side. So this is where I stand on it, right? Not that I'm trying to stand in the middle to be awkward, but I don't agree what Trump is doing is correct. I don't. Or Israel, I don't, right? Because it's a sovereign country. But at the same time, we can't say that the Iranian RGC, they've been good as well because the people have been repressed for 50 years. You know, I've got a lot of Iranian friends that have come over here that are really happy right now. And they're so excited for that regime to come down so they can go back home because they've got family there they haven't seen in 20, 30, 40 years. So both sides weren't perfect, but the media makes you choose sides. I just try to keep religion and politics out of it. It's just not right that people are dying. I don't agree with anyone dying on either side. You know what I mean?
You can't, can you? We can't comment on what we don't know.
That's it.
Because there's that many lies get told. Smoke and mirrors, isn't it? What does that mean? What does smoke and mirrors mean? You're being told a story which is not true. You're being told something, presented something, but behind the scenes, it's the opposite.
That's it. Tell you what, tell you.
That's it. That's the world we're living in, isn't it? So, you know, that's it. You know, I think though the world is starting to wake up.
Yeah.
I think everybody's starting to smell the coffee. You know, look, it's divide and conquer, isn't it? You know, what do you do to get on top of a side? It's that old saying, isn't it? Look, if you got 20 kids in a playground, and you don't like a small group, then go and pal the other group up and go and tell nasty things about that group. And before you know it, there's 20 against 10. But it's not the truth. It's what two evil, rotten apples has put in people's heads, isn't it?
Exactly.
This is the society we're living in. It only takes a few high-ranking people at the top to start putting propaganda out and influencing people and saying, "Oh, look, that's happened. Look what they did." And really, they're at the back of it. All this goes on, which comes down to smoke and mirrors again. So I think let them do. They'll have to do what they do. But look. We can't judge and we can't do anything. But what we can do is be awake to it all. Yeah. And when these pass over, which is very, very soon, they've got to deal with their judgment, haven't they? When you smoke and mirror, when you're smoke and mirrors and people's dying as a result of your actions, listen, when they shut their eyes, that's when the real problems are going to begin.
True.
Judgment Day, right?
Judgment Day. And listen, people think, and look, these do think there's no judgment day. They think this is it.
Mm.
But let me tell you, they're mistaken.
We know that.
Yeah.
It's like when you see two fighters, I learned something about COVID, right? You see two fighters in the ring, they fight to find out who's the best and measure, right? They need to measure them against someone. I was so shocked how powerful the media and the government is. If you listen to this, Peter, right? They closed the whole world, not England, the whole world in 2 days were behind closed doors when COVID come. The whole media, 600 politicians and 1 million police in this country, and probably the same in every country, managed to get us all behind closed doors.
What it is,
in 2 full days, we're all sat behind doors. People from space, there was so much light because we're all sat down watching television.
They were trying to control us all. They wanted to see if they could control the world, which they did.
And they did it quick, didn't they? Imagine 2 days to get us all locked down behind closed doors.
And do what you want, do what they say as well. You know, take certain stuff, which, you know what I mean?
Let's all pray that good comes over evil. Because the world's not evil. The planet we live on is a beautiful planet.
Yeah.
We breathe fresh air every day. Without that, we wouldn't exist. We are so lucky to be here. Yeah. Unfortunately, the people that are in it, are not so nice. That's why heaven's not here already. Because there's certain people that's in it that can pollute the water. That's what we're dealing with.
It's like I know it sounds funny, but you know the movie Tony Montana, and he goes, the 3 things that people like is you got the money, you get the power, and you get the girls, right? And it's true, isn't it? Some people that they're like when you think about what people are motivated by, people are motivated by money,
simple things.
People are motivated by power or sex. It's all that human reaction to what, like money. I've never really, it doesn't do what for me. It can come and go. Power can come and go. If I get power, I only want to bless people and raise people up. That's just how I am as a person. But a lot of people don't know how to deal with a little bit of power and a little bit of money.
I think it's nice for people to get on, look after the families, secure things for them, being able to have nice things, have an easier way of life. You know, so that's all. You know, nobody's criticizing people that's got money or this and that. You just don't put money first, do you? You put your family first and the blessed Lord above everything. And if you're lucky enough to get money, then you've been blessed, haven't you? But at the end of it, you know, your priority has got to be about other people.
Yeah.
And how you want to be treated and how you want to treat them. Does a good person want to see any harm come to anybody? Really, he doesn't. So that's it. But a lot of people not like that, are they?
Jealousy, a lot of jealousy around.
Yeah, I love Brendan had 2 sayings that I love. You'll probably know him. He says, the only crime you can't be locked up for is jealousy and envy. And then his other saying that I'll use that every day. And his other saying is, remember, money don't make you happy. It only gives you the independence to do what you want to do.
He was a great man, wasn't he? There ain't going to be any more like him. He was a great, great man. He's what he says, the wisdom of him, and the commitment he put in for the young fighters, what he done for the community there. You know, that's real quality. You know what shows in quality in people? It's not when they're just speaking. It's the actions, isn't it?
Yeah, actions, always.
So you can talk a good talk, can't you? But what actions are you doing? You know, like let's look at looking at it in our own lives with the boxing. There's many days I wake up, I don't need to box. I don't need to do this sport. Yeah. But would I leave my fighters? You know, would I leave my son? Would I leave James Dean, my nephew? You know, anybody that needs me, anybody around me, I'm there for them. It's not about me, it's about them. And what I can do for them. You know, we all get bad days and we are what we are. But you know, you can't be a selfish person to do jobs where you're helping people. You've got to be all in, haven't you?
That's right.
I like that about you. You've got all this knowledge and you're giving back, but not everyone's like that.
Well, you got to give back. You know, listen, I I was a horrible person when I was younger. Not horrible in a sense where, look, I had a good reputation in the other part of my life, as much as I've got as I am today. You know, I was always respected in different classes of people because I was always more or less straight to the point, and what you see is on the tin. You know, I wouldn't be having people over and stuff like that. That's not my nature. So, but still, not a good person. But you know, we learn from being bad. There's a time to turn the corner, isn't there?
Listen, it's about to go off, so I'm going to say it quick. If you like the vibe,
start, subscribe.
13th. 13th.
13th and the final round.
13th and final round.
13th final round.
Hit the comment.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscription button.